In this video, we are going to list 10 poorest country in 2024. Number 10, South Sudan. Nearly the entire number of urban residents, 91%, in South Sudan live in slums. Good urban planning could foster an inclusive economy by improving service delivery and reducing urban poverty. South Sudan, independent from Sudan since July 2011 after decades of civil war, is one of the world's poorest countries and ranks among the lowest in many socioeconomic categories. In fact, northern Bahr el Ghazal was recently identified as the poorest state in South Sudan. Number 9, Burundi. Burundi, one of the world's poorest countries, has several slums, including Kamenge, a slum in Bujumbura where many widows, young women, and children who survived the 1994 to 2005 civil war live in precarious conditions. The slum has one of the highest rates of HIV+ people in the country. Burundi's poverty is driven by a number of factors, including lack of land, lack of cattle, high floods and droughts, political violence and war, soaring inflation, fuel shortages. You can subscribe to this channel. Number 8, Central Africa Republic. The Central African Republic, CAR, has a significant slum population, with over 1.37 million people living in slums, which is 69% of the country's urban population. In 2018, the CAR had the highest percentage of people living in slums in Africa. Number 7, Republic of Congo. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, has many slums, including Kibera, which is one of the most studied slums in Africa. Many people in the DRC are denied basic rights like food, education, and healthcare. Number 6, Mozambique. A full third of all Mozambicans, or 7 million people, live in cities. The majority of these live in informal settlements, or slums. Many do not have access to clean water, sanitation, or even basic health services. Slums in Mozambique are a major issue for the country's sustainable development. Number 5, Malawi. In Malawi, the percentage of urban dwellers residing in slum conditions, which has almost remained at 67% for over two decades, has seen the number of people in slum conditions rising from 953,000 in 1998 to 1.2 million in 2008. Number 4, Niger. More than 13 million people don't have access to clean water. Surrounded by the vast Sahara Desert, Niger is one of the least developed countries in the world. With intense droughts, poor soil conditions, and the gradual spread of the desert, life is hard. With a population of over 22 million and a poverty rate of 44.1%, Niger is one of the poorest nations in the world. Number 3, Chad. In Chad, while slums comprise 97% of households in small cities and towns, and 96% in the capital and large cities, shelter deprivations experienced by different cities vary. Chad has a high prevalence of slums, with more than 80% of its urban population living in slums in 2020. Number 2, Liberia. Liberia's capital, built on a swamp. In 2009, 75,000 people shared 11 public toilets and 22 public taps. Number 1, Madagascar. More than 2/3 of Madagascar's townspeople live in the slums. In light of this situation, the country is making efforts to mobilize an urban platform to upgrade slums. Moreover, Madagascar is aiming for significant improvements in the water and sanitation sectors. Madagascar is one of the poorest and most ruralized countries in Africa. In 2022, 75.2% of the population was poor, with 79.9% of rural residents and 55.5% of urban residents living in poverty. After watching this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button.